your sun sign. But did you know that there is a number with each and every degree of a sign? It equates to numerology, and it has quite a fateful tinge to it. Astrology has, and so does tarot, has a lot of leeway as to free will, but the number in front of your sign, the number in front of your sun sign degree is very important. For instance, let's look at Donald Trump's number. His chart and his sign is Gemini. And you probably know a little bit about each sign. However, if you look at the number in front of it telling you what degree the sun is, you're going to see that it's at 22. If you know tarot, or you can look it up on the internet, you're going to find out about this particular card is 22. If you have 22 at any degree in the zodiac, it will equate to the Fool. The Fool is a very interesting card. They're lucky, but they get into trouble. They're not paying attention. In older tarot cards, the Fool was often the court jester, and he was kind of an entertainer a long time ago. They were the best entertainment you could have if you were hanging out in a boring castle. So you have the court jester, or the Fool, and where's he heading? Sometimes just a tarot card picture alone will tell you a whole lot. He's an entertainer, and he's been in the entertainment business, and the Fool is willing to take a risk, not looking where they're going and taking a risk. And the little dog is cautioning him not to beware. But the Fool does not always pay attention or listen to advice, and they will go skipping along merrily. Will they fall off the cliff? That's kind of the question with the Fool. He's also been an entertainer in with the reality show. He's taken big risks, and he's gone out of business several times with his different enterprises, especially the gambling casinos. And so he's taking risks, and he doesn't pay attention. He's going his own way. Now, is he lucky enough to get away with this devil-may-care cavalier attitude? That remains to be seen by looking at his numbers. And the numbers on your particular chart, like you could be a 5, you could be any number up to 30, and it will equate to a number, a card, and tell you a little bit about yourself. His name in numerology equates to the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man sees life on his own terms. He has his own viewpoint of things, and he sees things differently from other people. So is this a good thing? Well, he's got two things going on for him, that where he's lucky. However, he will insist on seeing things his way or in his own viewpoint. I've seen many people where their names come equal out to the Hanged Man, and this does show a very unique way of looking at things. I did Emma Gonzalez's numerology in a previous video, and she came out to be the Hanged Man. what's interesting about her is she does step outside of the social strata, and she sees things. She steps out of the box. She is Hispanic. She's 17, a 17-year-old in high school, but she kind of does her own thing. She's gay, and she has a buzz cut. Now here you have this little high school senior shaking things up a little bit. She sees things differently. Already her lifestyle and her personality says, I'm doing it my way. So it could be, but this can also be an enlightened person. Someone that goes off to, they're going to meditate, go off to a monastery, whatever. They're seeing, sometimes it's this very spiritual card, but because you see the halo here. But sometimes you're just kind of waiting to, it's a waiting card. And you are seeing things differently. So if you have a chart like a numerology chart like Trump or Emma, you're going to see things and do things your own way. Let's look at some other famous people that are very interesting, and the degree of their sun sign is very fatalistic as far as showing how things are going to work out and what you can do with it. Wayne Dyer. He is 19 degrees of Taurus. He was born when the sun in Taurus was at the 19th degree. So it equates to the number 19 in the tarot card deck. And this kind of tells you a lot about him. If you know about him, he was born an orphan, and look what he had, a sunny disposition, and he went on to teach and lecture about the power of thinking positively. So you have the sun. The sun is a happy-go-lucky, very healthy, very lucky, very blessed. They're aware that they're blessed, and they want to use it. But it's a great communicator as well. So that's the number 19. You can have 19 degrees somewhere in your chart, and this will show a place where you can literally shine. You're going to become a Leo in that area. Let's look at Princess Grace, a Hollywood princess, somebody that and middle class, coming from a middle class background or upper middle class. I think her family was well off, not insanely rich, but she kind of had a good start, and she became a princess. She ended up with an entire kingdom and a crown and a prince. Not too bad, not too shabby for a young woman who goes to Hollywood to give things a shot. She's 19. I'm sunny, I'm positive, I'm lucky, and I'm healthy. I'm happy. These people are happy people. So let's look at Shirley MacLaine. I did her numerology a long time ago. It's very interesting. Her maiden name is Beatty. And she just changed her name to this. Now, it was not an accident. She just kind of made the name up, and it adds up to a perfect 10. Shirley MacLaine adds up to a 10. So she chose her name, and in some of my YouTubes, I show how to do a name change. If you want to change things, you have a little leeway with numerology as far as being able to change things and not stuck. You might be stuck if you have to change your name to something unusual, but that's not always the case. So she just became Shirley MacLaine. knowing Shirley, she knew about numerology, and she chose her name. And more or less, I would call it a designer name. And what does that equate to? Number 3. Number 3 in the tarot deck is the Empress. The Empress is literally on her throne amidst a garden of plenty. She literally sits on a Venus sign, and there's a Venus there. So she's queen. She's a little queen of everything. She, once again, good health and happiness, and you just enjoy life with this number 3 name. So that's nice. If one of your numbers has a 3, you want to look at that pretty closely. And I did a lot of numerology charts and regular astrological charts with the different corresponding numbers. Now here we have the king, literally, Elvis Presley. He was the king. What do you think? He's number 17, Capricorn. They're not always such old fuddy-duddies, Capricorns, because we have David Bowie coming up. He's a 17 of Capricorn as well. So 17 is, well, wouldn't you know it, the star. He was a star. He was the biggest star of his time. And so you have health, happiness, good fortune, and he basically could really had every chance of having a perfect life. Why he got addicted to drugs, there's many things about that, but overall, he's just a poor boy in Mississippi, really poor, really just not much of a future ahead for him, and look what happened to him. So he was the star, number 17. Let's look at Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson was born as a Virgo, and they're very kind of pure people, the Virgos. But he wanted love. That's what he wanted. If you look at the tarot card associated with number 6 of Capricorn, you have the Lovers. That's what he wanted, was love. But he's kind of Virgos have a hard time getting married, and it's just difficult for them. They usually have their own very unique way of doing things. But he was loved. He was loved, and he loved love. How else could you be a pedophile and be convicted, and you're still loved by everybody? He did strange things to alter his appearance, and he still loved. No criticism. The average person can't pull that stuff off pretty well. If you're a relative celebrity and you come out and you changed your gender and your racial background by your appearance, and being convicted of being a pedophile, you're still loved. He could do no harm, and he wanted love, but he just kind of got things mixed up a little bit. You may have your own opinion, but you look at this, number 6, I love love, I want love, I'm a Virgo, I'm very picky, but you're going to have love, no matter what. If you have a number 6 somewhere in your chart, you want to look at where it is. It can be a very, very good thing. I mean, really, love the Lovers. I mean, what more do you want? Now, here is a shining star, to say the least. You note that the star reduces down to an 8. If you take 1 plus 7, you get 8. And this is Miss Oprah Winfrey. We did her chart a ways back, and it showed a lot about her dynamic personality. She's 8 degrees of Aquarius, and she has inner strength. Now, once again, you have a poor girl born in a rural South with not too much help with the outer world. Um, and here, look at the results. She has strength to overcome many things. And she has an interesting life story. And so she's strong. If you have a number 8, and 8 is a monetary number. So not so bad. It shows a lot about her. Let's look at David Bowie. Now we looked at 17 in Capricorn. Here it is again, number 17. I picked these out randomly, and I have, of course, dozens, hundreds, and here you have the Capricorn 17, same as Elvis Presley. They had so much in common, and of course your star, very unusual. It's kind of a real Aquarian feeling, the star. And once again, this is a health card, and you're also just become a star, just out, definitely standing way above the crowd as far as a good life. Now let's go down to Mr. Trump. We looked at this before. We saw that he's 22 of Gemini. That's it. That's when you look at his chart, you're going to see that he's a Gemini, and he was born when the sun was at the 22nd degree. And he has this has really showed a lot about him. I hope. Now remember, when you're walking down the road of life, it's good to subscribe to my channel because I do several things. The most fun is my sidekick, Claire. She's my posse, and she gives me her predictions about once a month. And boy, are they good. I have a whole list of things I've got to post next. Everything from the oil spills in the Midwest to the fire in Trump Tower, to cyber wars with Russia and China. There's so many. Oh, financially. This was her most important prediction. She said, think 2008. How would you have done things differently if you saw what was coming with 2008? I think that financial crisis did come around September, if I'm not mistaken, and of 2008. We're going to have the same repeat, and she saw this last year. The stock market was going to get really crazy, and you have to think about how you would have done things differently. Finances, homes, cars, how would you have changed things? If it was 2008 and you had wind of the stock market crashing the balloon in the real estate, how would you have changed things? So this is going to be the same thing. She predicted 2018 would be a year of rock and roll, and that's one of her predictions. It doesn't have anything to do with the star. So please subscribe. You'll be kept abreast of financial predictions from Claire, and she has so many. I can't even. They're so good. I have to get her to go over the things with me, and you're not going to be caught off guard if you subscribe. And Claire will give you financial updates, as well as world and national updates. She's been fabulous in the past, and so you got a new tool here. You want to look at the sun and what degree it's at, and look at the card that corresponds to it. Uh, I have a wonderful astrological program, and if you leave your, uh, I guess your email and down below, or email me, I can send it to you electronically. So it doesn't cost me anything, just a few buttons. Now, you have no idea what a treat this is to be able to do things electronically, and the information that can be transmitted just by hitting a button. I used to do charts where back in the day where I had to do things by hand with a pile of books and math, logarithms. Oh my God. So astrologers kind of have it easy nowadays, and we can show other people about it. And this is kind of fun. The numerology is, it's got that fatalistic ring to it. I think one of the most interesting things was Queen Elizabeth's numbers in her chart. Kind of really told a whole lot about her. So I want you, as you walk on your path in life, please remember and do what Yogananda said to do. If you are in your walk in life, are you walking towards God or away from God? Think about that. When you, every step, every thought, you're either moving towards God or away from God, and that's Yogananda. And I am a student of his school of Yuga cycles, and it's kind of advanced way of doing astrology. It's fascinating. And if you're interested in that, I have some links to send you off to look at the Yuga cycles. Only really the greatest minds in the world have been aware of this, including the Egyptians and people from the Golden Age. We once did have a Golden Age, and we're moving towards it again. So truly, this is it. Dawning of the age of Aquarius. If you want predictions by Claire, you want more numerology and astrological forecasts that you can use. We want to be practical. Sometimes people like Claire and I who are off on very complicated learning journeys, but you have to make it apply. So walk towards God, or don't walk away from God in every thought that you have. Subscribe, and we'll stay in touch.